Okay, Leighton, tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. So the name's Leighton Carroll. I'm the CEO of a company called SQUAN. I've previously been the CEO of another business and have worked extensively in mergers and acquisitions, specifically in telecom, technology, and software.
So if you're a CEO, why would you go to a conference like this to meet private equity?
Well, for me, it's good in a couple ways. One, each private equity firm is different, and the more exposure that I get with individual private equity firms, the different perspectives they have, the different investment strategies, the different exit strategies that they have, and it kind of helps fill out kind of the full map of what the private equity world looks like. And then in addition to that, you know, the opportunity to network with different types of private equity firms is a positive. And I see it as a positive in two ways. One, a lot of times private equity guys need help themselves, and you never know how much the stuff will repay you in the long term, or the network that you'll develop. But you know, you can offer, literally for me, how can I help you as well as you can help me, and you build a network that way. And
that's different than just maybe calling them?
Oh, 100%. I mean, in this case, you know, they get to hear your background, what you think about different types of investment strategies, you know, your history of success.
Yes.
And they see you at a much deeper level than if it's, you know, a cold call. And then, you know, the flip side, the offer for help for me is genuine, but they also see opportunities to, in some cases, to work with me directly on future investments, which is the exciting part.
Yeah, so one of the benefits of the conference here is you've noticed by coming here, and you were selected to come here, because not everyone can come to this conference. We're looking for CEOs, P&L responsibility, guys who can you come up with an idea? If someone gave you money, what would you go buy?
Right.
I mean, that's very few executives get through that pass. So here you are, and then the next thing you notice is it opens up doors for other opportunities.
It does. Well, and actually, I want to give you credit for one thing, because the whole idea of coming with an investment thesis is one of the things that I think, because you structure it in a particular way, you help frame it so the time is productive, but you also help
productive in the one-to-one meetings.
Exactly.
Here. Yeah.
But it's also productive in the sense that it helps. You know what? I need to think strategically about X and Y and Z, and you know, old Stephen Covey, start with the end in mind. If an investor is going to come in and invest money, what are the types of things that make sense? And based on my networks, the companies I know, the businesses that I'm familiar with and good with, what would make sense? And going through that process to be able to come here and have those conversations was a value as well.
Great. Most executives, who are watching this video, what they just go, I don't want to buy a company, I just want to go work for a private equity owned company. How do you deal with that dichotomy? What have you gotten and learned through the Blackmore Connects material about that mindset?
Well, I mean, when you're trying to work for a company, it's almost like you're an employee. Mm-hmm. And private equity companies aren't looking for employees. Yeah. They're looking for minds. They're looking for visions. They're looking for people who can take a vision and have a business strategy and then actually be able to execute upon it. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of more of the thread where you guys focus on, as opposed to, hey, Joe is a great guy at X industry and he wants to work with private equity, because private equity sees it all the time.
They hear it all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they have no way of differentiating the noise. But if they can see your mind for, hey, I'm going to give you, what do you want, 50, 100 million? We're going to give it to you. What do you want to go buy? Tell us why, and you're thinking, oh, because it takes the load off their shoulders of all the execution risk, right?
Exactly.
Versus just put me in and I'll.
Well, you're coupling that old Warren Buffett, I bet on the jockey, not the horse.
Yes.
But in this scenario, you have the jockey and you get to pick the horse.
Yes, and so say, who's the horse here?
The horse is the company that you're going to go run and go acquire.
Yeah. So, and I think one of the things that's very important for those of you watching the video is private equity. Once you bring and show your mind, and they go, wow, this is totally different. I heard from every private equity firm here today, I love hearing executives come bringing us all new ideas to invest. Now we want to open up the kimono and we go, oh, can you help us here? Can you help us there?
That's right.
And what I'm hearing is it opened up the doors. Other executives I heard is they got offered, are you open to be in board positions? Can you be an operating partner? Can you help us with due diligence here? If you help a private equity firm with due diligence, as you know, what they're doing is going, maybe you can run it.
Or maybe you're on the board, or maybe.
Board, and then if you're on the board, you're the next in line to run it, if you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunities at this present.
So you paid a lot of money, you have your T&E, what's the ROI, even though it's not here today, how do you justify that?
Well, look, a lot of things that when you're running a business, if you're making strategic investments, they don't necessarily have a concrete ROI where if I spend X dollars, I'm going to get Y deliverables, right? It would be lovely if everything in life was that black and white.
I'd love that.
But if you don't get out and you have these conversations, you're not going to open these avenues, you're not going to have the opportunities, and you're not going to have the connections that this type of event provides you for your longer term future.
Great. Thanks for being on the Carroll.
Thank you.